Welcome back everybody, Joe here, and it is time for us to tackle the next area. Now as always, before we go in, we are going to have a quick talk to NPCs just to make sure we've got all of the dialogue.
What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the Lords of Synod.
So his is the same. Note that the other vendors, so Leonhard isn't back here yet, so we might as well just go straight out to where we're heading to. The Firekeeper, the Handmaiden, and Andre, they don't really change their dialogue very much as we go through, but if it does, obviously we'll pick up on it. So off we go to the Vault of the Boreal Valley. It's time for us to start progressing through this game and becoming a strong pyromancer. Cool, so we are back here. Now, we're going to get another bonfire fairly shortly. We're going to go and visit some NPCs, head through, and then get another bonfire after that. This is going to be a pretty short part of kind of the walkthrough, so that's going to be pretty cool. I think we're going to go all the way to the Mound Makers, because that should take us to around 20 minutes. I don't think we'll have enough time to do the rest of that pathway, so we'll do that for 20 minutes and then we'll carry on, get to the giant. That should take another 20 minutes. That should break this area down quite nicely. Cool, so we are heading into the Undead settlement. First order of business, light your bonfire. If you don't do this, you will be, if you do die, you will go back up to Vort's bonfire, which is not going to be great. So, we go here, get ourselves a soul item. I don't think this drop off is particularly healthy for you, but feel free to try it. I imagine there are probably messages that say, try jumping. Don't believe them. So, along we go. Now that I think about it, I've never actually come in and explored this little bit just here. But it appears there's not really any advantage to it. So down here you're going to see a load of dogs attacking these hollows. Try to deal with them whilst they're distracted. And then behind this cart there are two more waiting to ambush you. Go around to the left and we can ambush them. Pair of nice easy kills. Cool, so out to the left here I think it's another soul item. Nope, homeward bones. And then we have Yol.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles. Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe. To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor, a pilgrim as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use.
So we're going to accept this guy's service.
Oh, I am honored, truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
So he's quite a useful character. He can offer you free levels. B, he unlocks quite a hidden ending, and C, will sell us sorceries. Now, as a pyromancer, we have in fact got 16 intelligence and a fair amount of attunement, which actually makes us quite a capable caster if we wish to be. So anybody that wishes to kind of take up sorcery now, you are now free to do so, because he's going to offer you some fairly decent spells that will do some pretty decent damage. We on the other hand are going to be trying to stick to pyromancies and dark magic. I'll leave sorceries to my int build, and I'll be leaving miracles to my faith build. So you know, if you want to see those, you can look at those walkthroughs. I mean, I know my faith one isn't up yet, that's because I'm working on this, but that will be coming, so don't worry about it. Take this guy out, and that gets us to another checkpoint. Cool, so the quick rest here. Now head over to this way. Now these guys shouldn't follow us, so we should be fairly safe. Always say should, because there's always a chance that they can just be obnoxious and do what they're not meant to. So we're going to head on through, got an item, cut this down. Now that becomes a fairly common occurrence in this area, kind of cutting the corpses down to receive the items. We are going to get a few little I'm going to call them vermin in order to try and keep the channel fairly clear of curse words, but they are pretty frustrating, so do be aware, and they are quite present through quite a lot of the game, so learning how to fight them is going to be a good idea. Get down! Again, no, battle axe has shown its worth. Now, it's probably worth knowing, I'm not actually going to get the battle axe above +3, so we will use some small shards on it, but we're not really going to go above that because I want to have a decent choice of weapons later on. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, so I'm going to stay hesitant with upgrading stuff for now. But it should be plenty enough to get us past kind of the next 3 to 4 bosses, so it should be fine. Make sure you cut this guy off. Or should I say girl. Next, I don't know if the pyromancer is going to reach those barrels, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah! Cool, so that saves us something earlier. Now, we've actually got all the items in this building, but I'll show you where the other area comes out just down there in a second, after we've dealt with the majority of this. So, we've got Lorette's bone, which is going to be useful to us fairly soon. Damn it. There we go. So I don't know how much of this is going to aggro straight on us once we start this, so let's try and deal with as much of it as we can. Pyromancer just dealing the damage. So, big fatty, be careful of it, they do quite a lot of damage. Now, like, as always, we are fairly resistant at the moment, but that doesn't make us immune. Go away with your hyper armor. And obviously bear in mind that she is resistant to fire magic, so unfortunately our pyromancies won't do incredible amounts of damage that we are used to. That's the shard. Highly useful for us, we can take care of you. Damn it. Just hold it. Amber. And then the longbow that we got earlier, we are going to something's coming. It's always great when you can hear the flapping of feet. Now. Where is it? There it is. Just use it to take that out. Get some cookeries, which are basically throwing knives that also cause bleed, fairly useful. Now we are going to sort this way out in a short while. We are going to go to the right first, as it kind of makes the most sense. So let's just get bearings of this area just to make sure that everybody can kind of see where we've come from and where we're going. So we dropped off that ledge, cleared this area out just so that we wouldn't get chased. If you had preferred not to jump off the ledge and obviously not take the bit of falling damage that we took, you can come down the steps. That is where we picked up the charcoal pine resin just over there, and obviously that brings you out. And from either way, we are going to be going right across that bridge and through there. Or should I say, well, not through there right now. We are actually going to go get the Mound Maker's Covenant first, and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to cut there and then restart the next video at the beginning of this building, just to make sure that we don't go too far over half an hour. In the last video, I kind of lost track of time, and I want to try not to do that to it. Damn it! Go next. Okay, so once you get to here, we're going to go round to the right. A little bit of a secret, not incredibly well hidden, but hidden enough. And it is a little bit of an annoying area, as you've got all these guys kind of, I don't know if it's blow darts or throwing knives or whatever it is that they are kind of launching at us, but it is quite frustrating and annoying, so try to deal with them as quickly and effectively as you can. Dealing with the first one first, we're going to have you next. Have you next. Little kids. Fading Soul wasn't even really worth the ambush. Gonna have a quick check down here just to make sure we're not missing anything. As always, I always like to recheck stuff. And plus, you know, me go down here and showing you that there's nothing here means you ain't got to come down and check when you see it. So up and around we go. We're going to go around to the left of this building. Now, items down here we're going to collect later. Plank shield, not very useful. Now, this guy, be absolutely careful not to attack him at all. Like, you can bring these guys around here to kind of deal with them easier without getting shot at, but if you hit this guy, that is going to spoil what we are going to be doing next, okay?
Another Nana disappeared.
The grunting carries a cage. He ever has his cage.
And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
So, this fairly interesting character basically unlocks the ability for us to get into the dude's cage in a second, which I will soon be showing. Go over this way. Oh, damn it. There we go. Shoot down. Over to the right of this building. Don't forget the shiny. Then try and come over to the lower end of the roof to mitigate any fall damage. Obviously you can drop off that way. Coming down here. Now every time I've been down here he hasn't been aggressive towards me. The people have said he can be aggressive. But I imagine that's only if you A, attack the dude in the cage that we spoke to, or if you attack him. Cool, so we are going to turn this around, cut it off. Whoa, let's not do that. Now the reason we're doing this is because it means we don't have to remember to come pick it up later. Stop doing that. I want to get nice and close to you, dead body. Come on. Come on, dead body. There we go. Yeah. There we go, thereby getting us the same play through. Now there's not too much fire damage around at the moment, but it will be useful for us later. And into this dude's cage we get. So all we need to do is get to the cage behind him. And boop. And away we go. Okay. So on we go. We are gonna head right over this way. So this is kind of quite a rare occurrence if you don't know what you're doing. To pick up the item, you can join the Mailmaker's Covenant here, or should I say with this guy.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise? Yes, yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are, but we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so. Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You might need this. Etch it on your heart if you feel your sanity slipping. Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family.
Cool. So if you have seen purple summon signs around, this is where you get it from. Now the Mound Maker's Covenant is pretty interesting, and I should probably talk about covenants right now anyway. The Mound Maker's Covenant allows you to be summoned into someone else's world, and you are essentially neutral. So you can attack the player that summoned you, or you can attack his enemies. Entirely up to you. You then got the Way of Blue, which is a kind of a protection covenant, so you put that on, and if you get invaded, then a Blue Sentinel may come to your aid, but it depends on if somebody has the Blue Sentinel covenant on to come and protect you. There are other covenants as well, we will be getting some more of them, but we'll talk about those as and when we pick up the covenants. It's also worth noting that as you participate in online play, or you can also farm the items for each of these covenants in-game, which I will try and get a series up and going for after I've done the 3 walkthroughs, so you can kind of see where you can farm them in-game if you don't want to have to kind of go through all the multiplayer to get the rewards for progressing it. Essentially, as you each time you accomplish the task of the covenant that you've joined, you'll gain an item. So for example, the Moundmakers, they get the vertebral shackle, which you can offer here, and you will get a reward at 10 and 30. Now I can't remember off the top of my head which one this is, but there are some pretty substantial rewards that you're going to want to get. And that is the end of this video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to walk back to Firelink Shrine, and I will be kind of picking up from there in the next video.